I kind of want to take my shoes off. Is that foul? It's a little foul, isn't it? Free feet fix for the wiki feet people.
Yeah, exactly. The podcast is, the motherfuckers are just going to look at your feet the whole time.
Like, they're insane. Let's talk about wiki feet, everyone. Is that cute? I can't tell. I have sunglasses on. Testing. Testing on your head.
Oh.
You dummy. This guy. Everyone get a load of this guy. Okay. Welcome, Wavy Davy, to the non-existent podcast. A Lenny's world. And we're all just living in it.
Hello, Lenny's world. This is Wavy Day.
This is Wavy Davy. Davy, why don't you tell them your villain origin story?
You know, I wouldn't say I would have much of a villain origin story. I'm not really sure what you're talking about.
Yeah, he's literally the opposite of a villain. Like, if I've ever met a nicer, like, sir, it's this guy.
Oh, it's nice to be called a sir.
Yeah, all men are sirs. Okay, so, Davy, let's talk about movies, because let's talk about our glow up. Which one should we talk about first? Okay, what's your favorite movie?
It's your non-existent podcast.
It's my non-existent podcast.
I feel like you gotta take the lead.
Yeah. Okay, what's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie ever is The Big Lebowski. Because that was one of the first R-rated movies I ever saw, and my dad and my uncle were in our backyard, and we had a projector, and all the kids were swimming, and all of a sudden, we saw a man getting his face shoved into a toilet, and we're like, what are we watching?
Wait, I feel like I watched that in high school. Does anyone else, like, remember that?
It's an absolute classic.
It's a banger?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what is it about again?
It's
I
about...
I should put my shoes back on. Continue talking.
It's about this drifter. He lives in LA. He's on a bowling team. Doesn't really have anything going for his life. And
who's the actor?
Jeff Bridges.
Okay, so
it has Jeff Bridges, John Goodman, and what's his name? Steve Buscemi.
Okay. Shout out to Steve Buscemi.
And basically, it's about a guy that gets tied up because an extremely rich guy with the same name owes a bunch of money to these people, and his wife got kidnapped, and then the dude, who is the main Lebowski of the movie, gets caught up in all of that.
Got it. Okay. So, Big Lebowski. Now, what about something from our generation?
From our generation.
What did you think of White Lotus? So, this man watched, like, all 3 seasons of White Lotus in, like, one day. We're trying to get his...
It was a week.
We're trying to get his screen time down, because it's, like, worse than like a kid with like a petulant child with an iPad. It's like really, really bad. So we're trying to get...
That's debatable.
No, it's really bad, guys. So we're trying to get that down. But for now, since you indulged in White Lotus, all 3 seasons, what was your favorite?
Well, the second season was by far my favorite. And then the first season, and then the third season. The third season, I think, was just over the top. I think all of the family incest was just a little bit too much, and it kind of killed the vibe of the show for me.
Yeah, it was a little...
But the second season was really interesting. The first one was really good, too.
I'm such a first, like, White Lotus season 1 stan. I thought the plot line and the build-up of, like, the storylines was the best. Like, it would go from, like Sydney Sweeney and her friend and, like, that family plot line to, like, the couple that got married with, what's her name? Alexandra Daddario, the, like, really pretty one.
With the blue eyes.
Yeah, with the blue eyes. You know the one. And it would go from, like, that and then, like, the Like, what was the other plot lines? I'm like forgetting in it, but I just thought it was like the best.
There's the dad thinking he has genital cancer, and then he finds out he doesn't, and then he finds out that his dad was gay instead of dying from
Oh yeah, exactly. So it's like
that was crazy.
Yeah, like I feel like that one was like low key the best. But okay, what else? What's like
I
another?
think part of it was the actors in the second season. There one of the actors is Christopher from The Sopranos, so that like I
True.
already had a tie to him, and then
True.
And then there's Aubrey Plaza, who like she was in Parks and Rec, so I had
oh my gosh,
different tie to that. So I don't know, I like the characters.
She was really funny in Parks and Rec, and Chris Pine. Like I feel like they're.
Pratt, but yeah, one of the.
Oh shit! Wait, you're right, Chris Pratt. Wait, like I feel like her like, do men like that? I want to know men's stance. Like Chris Pratt, especially in the show,
that was pre-glow up Chris Pratt.
Was it? I feel like he was still like, I would.
No, he got the so you can tell in the first seasons he's like fat, but then they're wrapping up the show, he had already got the job for Star-Lord in Marvel. So they started putting him on like a full gym regimen. So like in the last couple of seasons, he already started losing weight.
Yeah, okay, that's valid. But I still think he was decent. But what do men think about like guys that are like guys that are like, or like girls that are super bitchy? What do men think about girls that are super super bitchy like her? And then he's like the golden retriever. Like, is that like a vibe? Like guys like that vibe?
Yeah, sometimes. It depends. Yeah.
When a girl's like super bitchy.
Depends on the situation.
Do you think I'm bitchy?
Yeah.
What? I feel like I'm so nice.
No, you are.
To you.
I'm just messing.
Like I'm so nice. Like genuinely. I feel like I'm sounding like bratty, and it's leading people to believe that I am not nice. But I feel like I'm very like. Actually, how would you even define nice? I feel like she just comes off super aggressive. Okay, so maybe let me rephrase my question. Like, she comes off very aggressive, right?
Yeah.
Like, she's just, like, aggressive from, like what you see is what you get. But, like, I feel like I'm not aggressive.
You're not.
Right.
You're not bitchy also.
But you're kind of saying guys like aggressive girls.
Some guys, for sure. Some guys are absolutely turned off by it, but some guys
right.
are, like, steer into it.
Right. Yeah.
It really, I think, it really just depends on the person, and it depends on the girl that the guy is talking to, because it has to be a situation where you're comfortable with the other person being aggressive or something like that.
Right. Exactly. Because even like. I would say, like, when guys are, like, aggressive or take charge, but then lately I'm just, like, and it's not really my vibe. Like, I kind of like when a guy's more, like, chill and, like, soft-spoken and, like, just kind of, like, you know, like, just, like, more go with the flow and not as controlling.
Right.
But it comes and goes in waves, and, yeah, it depends on the person. Okay, let's talk about smoothies. No. I'm trying to make fucking smoothies.
What is your ideal smoothie?
No, let's talk about hot takes.
Okay. What are some
hot takes? Let's ask, like, what is the most, like, no, we're not going to talk about. Where's my phone? Oh, do you have to check for work? Are you sure?
Yeah. I'm telling ChatGPT to give me hot takes.
Okay. Yeah. Or, like, what are the podcasters talking about these days? How's our stance? Baby girl. Oh, here's my hot take that he thinks is a hot take. I think Drake, like, has just single-handedly won every beef ever and, like, won at life. And I just, honestly, I don't even like to speak bad, so I'm not going to talk about Kendrick. But I just think Drake, like, completely has won in life and won that whole beef and like released an album right after, and he just continues to release albums and bangers. And
he's filed 4 lawsuits for defamation.
By Kendrick?
Yes.
Because he did defame his name.
It's a rap beef.
Yep, but it's
That's the
business
whole
at the
point.
end of the
I know,
day.
but Drake was defaming Kendrick too. That's the
No,
whole...
he wasn't. They said one line about like the big three, and that started it all.
And then Drake's talking about Kendrick's producer having a child, like Kendrick's child not being his child because his producer had sex with his wife.
He's
What
taking off the glasses.
What are we talking about here?
Yeah, but he was just like sparking a rumor, and Kendrick was actually doing like voodoo witchcraft on Drake, like with that song. Like,
no, I think
no offense, Kendrick, like you're like by the power of God, I repel whatever's chilling inside you. But that's my hot take, is that Kendrick lost the war. I feel like Kendrick maybe won the fight, but 1000% lost the war.
No, it's the opposite. Drake won the fight. When Drake released Family Matters, he won that first battle.
No, but Drake won
No.
in life. Yes, he did.
Oh, yeah, they both won in life. They're both millionaires set for their entire lives.
True, but Kendrick is so weird. He's so sad and weird and creepy. Like, he's like a little gremlin. Like, but anyways, that's my hot take.
Kendrick is like a forest nymph that just comes. He comes out. He comes out, but he says some crazy shit.
Yeah, but Drake is just
Drake,
like
Drake
he's
is
like
a
an
vibe. He's
Drake's
more
like
there
an
for the vibe.
Italiano / Jewish / like gangster / mob like / like
I don't know if
daddy
I don't know if I see any mob, but I don't think
you don't see any mob in Drake. Are you actually for real?
I don't think he's gangster.
Oh my gosh. Are you serious? You don't see any mob? He literally has a song called Mob Ties. Like, he
has
back
a song.
And forth to Italy.
He's literally a silly little dude.
First of all, he's not silly. Second of all, he's not little.
Okay?
If you want to talk about little, we can talk about your friend Kendrick. Like, he's so for real right now. Drake is tall and muscular, and he's built different.
Okay, hop off his dick.
Yeah, like low-key. Like, Drake, if you're saying this, like, I'm a fan. No, I know. I think, like, when girls were growing up, and I literally don't want this to sound pick me, but when girls were growing up, like, listening to Taylor Swift, I actually did listen to Taylor Swift. But at some point, I just switched to being, like, a Drake girly. Like, I never had my, like girls are obsessed with the Eras tour. It's, like, there's, like, TikToks about this where girls are, like...
didn't fall back into the Swiftie-verse?
Well, girls make TikToks about this where they're, like, I don't know why, I just, like, I never, like, I'm not in my, like, Swiftie era. I'm literally, like, I've always been in my Drake era. It's, like, he, for me, like, his music was, like, healing. Like, I just feel like all his different albums and...
Yeah, I'm more of an old soul. I'm not with either of those.
Okay, so if you could go to any, like, concert for any musician, dead or alive, who would it be?
Beatles. Easy.
Beatles?
Beatles all together. I would give anything in the world to see that.
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of cute. That is actually really cute.
I think that would be they are the reason all of music today is the way it is. All of the personalities within music, it all goes back to them.
Really?
Yeah. They were the first personalities that were making music. Before that, it was all like blues and like jazz. And
yeah.
It was they completely changed it. They're my idols.
And you know how, everyone? By 10,000 hours. Like, this is, like, there's a whole psychology about they literally played for 10,000 hours. And fun fact...
In small clubs in Germany, they learned how to, they literally learned how to sing their songs in German so that they could have more time and they would go on the...
And, like, weren't they in, like, Camden, London? Like, they were, like, fucking...
They're from Liverpool.
Yeah.
And then when they started getting popular in Liverpool, they started going to Hamburg in Germany.
Yeah.
And then they came back. Then they blew up in England.
So they're from England.
They're from Liverpool, yeah.
Yeah. Which is in England, right?
Which is in England, yeah.
Okay, just making sure. I recently went to the UK, and London is the cleanest city. Like I've never seen for literally the entire city. There's not a speck of trash. Like, the UK, like, they're built different, and I want to go back there. And I don't know how I feel about LA. Like, how do you feel about LA right now? It's been kind of... he's from the Bay Area, so, like, is the Bay Area clean? I mean, I've been to, obviously, San Francisco.
San Francisco is not clean.
Oh wait, yeah, duh. Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, where I'm from in the Bay Area is it's pretty clean.
Right.
But,
so you feel like LA is like is a little crazy
I mean,
right now.
I'm lucky enough to be privileged to be in a spot where like my general area isn't that dirty.
We live in the same building.
Yeah, and it's not that dirty.
There's
around.
homeless encampments.
They just cleaned it up, but you're right. But also in general, like it's like compared to the shit I've driven by in San Francisco.
Yeah,
that's
true.
like it's like that was like almost nothing.
Yeah. Also, I do want to say really quick, like, I literally don't understand how the homeless problem is this bad when there's billions of funding going to, like where does it go? It doesn't go to the homeless people, and it's kind of crazy. Like, I don't understand why we can't build houses for them. Like, I don't understand why we can't house them. Like, do you get, like, I don't know what's going on.
I think it's an impossible problem because the more infrastructure that's built, it either gets taken down or it's just not utilized properly. So it's just perpetuating a cycle that keeps homeless people basically on the streets.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks. But let's jump topics quick if you have time.
Yeah.
He is a 9 to 5. So they're like probably wondering where the fuck he is. But I made him like come on this side quest.
I had to jump on Elenia's World new podcast.
Yes, exactly. Okay, let's see. Any more hot takes or movies or music? We covered movies, music. Let's talk about our glow up really quick.
All right.
So, step 1, this is our glow up routine, okay? We both want to glow up, glow the fuck up, snap the fuck in. We want to lock in. So
I don't know if I'm saying all that, but I'm on board.
You do. I'm like gonna make him lock in because I feel like, everyone has to like live up to their highest selves. But gym routine in the morning, smoothies after, and then like the neuro-linguistic programming I was talking about, and literally every hour on the hour, I'm literally brainwashing myself for like a positive, like something I have to do that equates to like a positive obsession of like thoughts. Like everything's going my way. I get a job with Goop. Shout out to Goop.
Shout out Gwyneth.
Yeah, literally. Like, isn't Gwyneth the best? Like, why are people so mean? If you don't like Gwyneth Paltrow, can you please tell me why in the comments? Because, like, I feel like she's harmless. She's just a blonde, white, older lady that, is like...
I think people just stopped liking her after the vagina candle, but that's not really anything you could do. Like, I mean, I think she's cool. That's Iron Man's wife.
That's Iron Man's wife. Literally.
Oh, God.
Like, literally, on God. That was the best, like, movie ever. Like, Iron Man, I was obsessed with Iron Man.
Yeah.
Were you, like, he's really into superheroes. I'm not so much, but Iron Man is, like, my one, like, I, like, low-key had a crush on him. I low-key had a crush on, like, the actual Robert Downey Jr., and then, like, I was, like, wishing I was, like, Gwyneth. Like,
RDJ's the GOAT. RDJ is simply the GOAT.
Yeah, like, and wasn't he in Sherlock Holmes, too?
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's
he was
badass in Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, but he's
him and
just
Jude Law.
Yeah. What if we saw Robert Downey Jr. in the street?
I would. That's one of the ones I would.
Yeah,
I don't know. I would like.
Right.
I would start like
just
shaking.
crash out.
I would
Yeah,
start, like,
literally
shaking.
crash out. See, I would actually crash out if I saw Kim K, and I'm sure everyone would, but I feel like I've been around some celebrities in LA and it just act cool, but like Kim, I would actually I would just like drop to my knees and just like she. Do you not think she really? Well, you're not a woman, so you wouldn't know, but do you not think she actually she literally crawled so women could fucking sprint in the creative beauty this that industry? Like she really did it all.
Yeah.
And she humbled herself. Like, she had to be humbled a lot.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like she had an easy... Like, she was Paris Hilton's assistant. Which, shout out Paris Hilton. I love Paris Hilton. And I know they're friends, but it's
She grew up in an extremely privileged position. Her dad was OJ's lawyer. Her mother is Kris Jenner. She
But that's like, she wasn't Kris Jenner.
Kris Jenner has always been Kris Jenner.
Exactly, but I feel like she was Kris Jenner after, like, Kim K is like the one. And then Kris
Jenner is the one that made the. This is gonna sound awful, but Kris Jenner's the one that made the deal so that they would profit off of the sex tape. And
that's a conspiracy. That's a conspiracy.
That's been proven.
How has that been proven?
There's literal data records, public records that show that like the whole Superstar site or whatever the fuck it was on, it was all done through them.
Don't slander my family.
I didn't want to say it because I didn't want you to be mad.
Well, now I am. Okay, guys, wrapping up, we have pop culture, music. Should we talk politics or no? Actually, this is it.
Yeah,
politic-free zone.
We're an apolitical podcast.
Exactly. And anyone that is like, oh, you can't be apolitical. You have to be this, that, or the third. Literally, like, there's a door, because I want to take a stance on being apolitical. Yep. I think it's literally. So how is it that in society we're like, oh, I don't believe in religion. Like, people are like, oh, I don't believe in religion. Guess what? I'm religious, but I'm apolitical. I don't believe in politics and politicians because they're literally all trash. All of them. Sorry.
Yep, and it just breeds divide the more you talk about stuff like that. So.
Yeah. So if you want to be agnostic or you want to be atheist, I'm going to be apolitical. You know, it's like to each their own. You choose your God. If you want to talk about politics, you can, but we are apolitical. Yeah. All right, guys, I think that wraps up. This was like a solid first Lenny's World.
Lenny's World.
Yeah.
It was a good training, Lenny's World.
Or like Laney's World. Which one do we like better?
Laney's. We gotta write it out.
We'll write it out.
Some whiteboard.
But like Wavy Davy's pretty cool, and he watches so many podcasts, and his screen time goes crazy. That I feel like he just would know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we do need to get some jeans or something.
No shit.
You didn't realize you were gonna be on camera today.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking I was gonna be in front of the camera.
But that's the thing. When you live in LA, you gotta be camera ready all the time. It's crazy.
I guess so.
It's freaking crazy. It's nuts. I know this firsthand. But all right, guys. Well, thanks for coming to the first episode. If you want to see more, let us know. If you absolutely hate us, let us know. If you think that podcasting equipment should be more expensive, let us know. If you want to just see different topics, or you want to get, hot takes, or like, just like more Wavy Davy, less Laney, more Laney, less Wavy Davy, some guests on the podcast, like random irrelevant people. We can make that happen. We can make the
random irrelevant people happen.
Yes, yeah. So, okay, peace out.
Bye, everyone.